The average SUV buyer overpays by $3,400 over 5 years. Not at the dealership, but between maintenance, insurance, and depreciation from picking the wrong car. One SUV on this list costs $233 a year to maintain. One on the avoid list costs $1,780. Same price range at the dealer. You buy what the dealer steers you toward, and you're throwing away thousands just keeping it running. But I found 11 SUVs that cost so little to maintain that service departments barely see them. RepairPal tracks millions of actual repair bills from shops across the country, and the data on these is clear. Today I'm counting down all 11 with the real maintenance costs, insurance, and the model years to look for. Plus 2 with repair bills over $1,700 a year. Number 1 costs less to maintain per year than most people spend on coffee. Let's go. Number 11 is the Mitsubishi Outlander. Most people don't think of Mitsubishi when they're shopping for a 3-row SUV, and that's exactly why these sit on lots long enough for you to negotiate hard. Starts at $30,820 with 3 rows and standard all-wheel drive on everything except base. The 2.5 liter runs a CVT. That's the cheap automatic transmission most cars use now. And I know they have a rough reputation because Nissan's versions fail early when the belt stretches and slips under heat. This one uses a unit Nissan helped build, but its track record has been solid so far. RepairPal rates it 4 out of 5 with $519 a year in maintenance, and owners visit the shop about 0.3 times per year. 5 years bumper to bumper plus 10 on the engine and transmission, the same coverage Hyundai and Kia give but on a car nobody's fighting over. After 5 years, you're keeping about 55% of what you paid. Go 2022 or newer and skip 2020 and earlier because those ran a different model. Next one has the lowest maintenance cost of any small SUV in the country. Number 10, the Honda HR-V. A perfect 5 out of 5 on RepairPal, the highest possible score and first place among all small SUVs. Maintenance runs $301 a year. Owners visit the shop just 0.1 times yearly, and there's only a 5% chance anything major goes wrong. The current model runs a 2.0 liter with no turbo, so there's no extra heat wearing down the insides, and it has a newer CVT that Honda designed to avoid the problems of earlier units. 5-year resale sits at 60%, all starting at $26,750. Buy the wrong small SUV, and you could spend double that $301 just to keep it on the road. Stick with 2023 or newer for the current model. Next one gives you 3 rows and real adult legroom for under $37,000. Number 9 is the Kia Telluride, starting at $36,390. The 3.8 liter V6 paired with an 8-speed automatic has been solid across 4 model years with no widespread engine or transmission problems. Partly because there's no turbo adding heat and stress, just a simple engine doing its job. Kia as a brand ranks 3rd out of 32 on RepairPal at $474 a year. And though the Telluride is too new for numbers on this exact model, the 10-year warranty changes the math because most major costs are covered. You're looking at 62% of the value after 5 years, and it can tow 5,000 pounds, which most 3-row SUVs at this price can't do. Target 2024 or newer for the updated inside, but 2020 to 2023 are just as solid if you check the 2 early recalls before buying used. Same design and same factory line coming up next. Number 8. The Hyundai Palisade. Yeah, 3 Hyundai family SUVs in a row if you count the Telluride. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have put any of them on a list like this, but the data is the data. The Palisade shares the Telluride's 3.8 liter V, 6 and 8 speed. So everything I just said about that engine and transmission applies here. If you're deciding between these two, the engine and transmission are the same. The real difference is the recall history. Like the Telluride, it's too new for RepairPal numbers on this exact model. But Hyundai as a brand ranks 4th out of 32 at $468 a year average. There is a recall covering 568,000 units from 2020 to 2025. The fix is free under warranty, and I'm telling you about it now because I'd rather you know going in than find out from a comment. Consumer Reports gives it 71 out of 100, lower than you'd expect, but the warranty earned it a spot. Pick a 3-row without this kind of warranty, and one surprise repair can wipe out a full year of savings. Buy 2024 or newer for the refresh, or 2020 to 2023 once you've checked the recall through Hyundai's VIN tool. Next one got a complete redesign for 2024, and the ownership cost tells you whether it was worth it. Number 7. The Hyundai Santa Fe. Maintenance runs $515 a year with a 4 out of 5, $58 below the midsize average. The 2.5-liter Turbo 4 makes 277 horsepower with an 8-speed automatic. Most turbos on this channel are a red flag, but Hyundai's 2.5 has been running across the Sonata, Tucson, and Santa Cruz for years without the problems you see from smaller units. Owners visit the shop just 0.2 times a year with a 10% chance something big goes wrong. Hyundai throws in free maintenance for the first 3 years. Same warranty deal as the Telluride and Palisade. Resale comes in around 58% at the 5-year mark. Start at 2024 for the redesign and walk away from 2019 and earlier, because the older model had a known transmission hesitation in cold weather where the car would lag when pulling away from a stop. Top 6 is where these start separating from everything else. One hasn't had a single recall in over a decade. Another was killed by its own company and is now a steal on the used market. And number 1 is a brand I never thought I'd put at the top of a reliability list. If that changes how you shop, subscribe. 3 separate organizations, RepairPal, J.D. Power, and Consumer Reports, all put the next one near the top of its class. When 3 companies with different ways of testing agree on the same car, that tells you something. Number 6. The Subaru Crosstrek. It scores 4.5 out of 5 on RepairPal, first out of 26 compact SUVs, at $492 a year. Owners visit the shop 0.1 times yearly with just a 7% chance anything major breaks. The 2.5-liter Boxer engine, which is Subaru's flat design, runs cooler than a regular engine because the cylinders lay flat with more air flowing around each one, and it uses a timing chain instead of a belt. All-wheel drive comes standard on every trim, and it holds about 65% of its value after 5 years. The pick is 2024 or newer for the new model and bigger engine, and skip 2018 and earlier because those had a serious burning oil problem where the engine would burn through oil between changes. Next one is a car Toyota doesn't even make anymore, and that's exactly why it's a steal. Number 5. The Toyota Venza. Toyota killed this off in 2024, which means used prices are dropping while the reliability stays exactly the same. It's hybrid only. The same proven 2.5-liter system from the RAV4. So you're getting 40 mpg combined with all-wheel drive standard. Maintenance costs $444 a year, below the midsize average. RepairPal rates it 3rd out of 26 midsize SUVs with a 4 out of 5. Used ones start under $30,000 for a Toyota hybrid with all-wheel drive. That saves you well over $200 a year in maintenance versus the average SUV. If you can find one, grab it. Go any year from 2021 to 2024 because the car didn't change, so every model year has the same track record. This next one seats 8, gets hybrid mileage, and still tows 5,000 pounds. Number 4. The Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid. Toyota stretched the regular Highlander to give row 3 real legroom, then dropped in the same hybrid system that's been reliable across the RAV4 and Camry for years. The eCVT on this works nothing like a regular CVT, because it uses a simple set of gears instead of the belts and pulleys that fail in regular transmissions, which is why Toyota hybrids rack up mileage without transmission problems. Kelley Blue Book says it holds the most value in its class at 51% and it gets 36 mpg combined. Maintenance should track around $500 a year based on similar Toyota hybrids, though numbers on this exact model aren't out yet. Everything Toyota has built on this hybrid system has been solid. Every model year is 2024 or newer, so anything available works. Next one has a track record that stopped me when I saw the data. 11 years in a row. 0 recalls on the engine or transmission. Not one. I'm serious. That's the Mazda CX-5, number 3. RepairPal put it first out of 26 midsize SUVs at $447 a year. With only an 8% chance something major breaks, and competitors average 16%, so the CX-5 is half as likely to land you with a big repair bill. That $447 is less than the Outlander, the Telluride, and the Santa Fe. The 2.5-liter Skyactiv runs a timing chain and pairs with a regular 6-speed automatic instead of a CVT, so you avoid the belt problems that kill transmissions over time. The inside feels way nicer than what you're paying for, with soft touch materials, a clean fit, and a quiet ride. Consumer Reports gave it 84 out of 163% of what you paid is still there after 5 years. Go 2017 or newer because every year has been solid. Best-selling SUV in the country is next, and dealers make almost nothing on service because it just doesn't break. Number 2. The Honda CR-V. At $407 a year with a 4.5 out of 5 from RepairPal, that's $245 less than the average car and over $1,000 you keep every 5 years. Owners visit the shop just 0.2 times yearly. Honda ranks first out of 32 brands for reliability overall, and 17.5% of CR-Vs reach 250,000 miles, putting it in the top 25 longest-lasting vehicles in America. Parts are everywhere and every shop knows this car cold, so costs stay low. It won't give you the driving feel of the CX-5 back at number 3, but it starts every morning and outlasts most of what's parked next to it. The 2025 and 2026 run the updated 1.5-liter turbo that Honda finally sorted out, and the hybrid gets 40 mpg combined. 5 years in, you're still above 63%. Start your search at 2023 for the latest version. Skip 2017 to 2019 because the 1.5 turbo in those years diluted the oil during cold starts and wore out bearings inside. If someone you know is SUV shopping, send them this video. Number 1 is next. And number 1, the SUV with the lowest maintenance cost I found on any list, and almost nobody is talking about it. The Buick Envision. Yeah, I know, a Buick. Just hear me out. The CR-V costs $407. The CX-5 costs $447. This one? RepairPal's data shows $233 a year in maintenance, lowest of any midsize SUV they track. Sit with that number for a second. That's under $20 a month to keep this thing running. Owners visit the shop about half as often as the average midsize SUV, with only a 5% chance something big breaks when the average sits at 14%. The 2.0-liter Turbo 4 is GM's most refined small engine, the one they kept improving while letting everything else slide, and the 9-speed automatic shifts clean. Nobody lines up for a Buick, which means no bidding wars, no markups, and these sit on lots so you negotiate from a position of strength. The downside is resale because it sits around 48% at 5 years. But if you're keeping it 7+ years, and if you're watching this channel, you probably are, the maintenance savings cover the resale difference. The sweet spot is 2021 or newer. Skip 2019 because the touchscreen in that year had a freezing problem where the screen would lock up and Buick never fully resolved it. Now, here are 2 SUVs dealers actually want you to buy because they make huge money off your repairs. The Land Rover Range Rover Sport. Maintenance runs $1,780 a year, more than 7 times what the Envision costs. The air suspension is the main culprit because the rubber airbags crack from age and weather, and each corner costs over $1,000 to replace since the parts are ones only Land Rover makes. Once the warranty expires, the bills stack up fast. The Infiniti QX60. Nissan replaced the proven 3.5-liter V6 with a 2.0-liter Turbo 4, then had to recall roughly 500,000 units for engine bearing failure because the turbo puts extra heat and stress on the bearings and they wear out early. You're in the shop 0.9 times yearly, nearly double most cars on this list. Insurance runs $2,440 a year. And here's what really worries me. Nissan's parent company is losing around $5 billion a year with factories closing. When a manufacturer is bleeding cash, warranty support and replacement parts are the first things that dry up. Share this with anyone buying an SUV this weekend. Every video on what to buy and what to skip is right here on the playlist.